So what happens after death, you ask? The consciousness continues on. For a moment, the consciousness returns to source and reviews all that it has learned in this lifetime. You may encounter the consciousness of many loved ones from this life and others. However, the experience will be different than it was on earth, as now without your earthly body, you're able to reconnect to your light body and see the connection and the oneness between all living beings. And so we use the word living because after your earthly death, you must certainly continue living. And so when there is a loss of a loved one, can you celebrate that that person continues living in another form? Can you continue nurturing the relationship with that being? For there is always the connection in the unseen realms. And actually, that connection becomes much more pure without the density of earthly matters. Can you release the fear that one day your body, your vessel, will be no longer? It will be no longer needed for the sole purpose of continuing your soul's evolutionary journey. And with each new body or form that your soul inhabits comes new lessons, new expansion, to eventually lead your soul back into the light until your soul has reached a point where the lessons are no longer necessary. At that point, some souls may return to certain planets and dimensions as volunteers to support the evolutionary journey of other souls, eventually working towards grand unity with Source, with God, with the divine. However, for those souls that feel they have completed their journey, remember there is always more for you to learn, to grow, to support, to heal. If you are here now, the journey is not complete. Even those that return to the oneness may stay for some time basking in the divine light, the bliss that is oneness with God. However, until all fragments, all souls, all beings have returned to the oneness, the work is not done. For you see, all life is connected. All life is a mirror. So as a soul may be absorbed back into the light and the oneness, even that soul who is back with the oneness, their journey is not yet complete. if there are other beings on their journeys? Do you understand? We all are working together. Even us Seraphim in the 12th dimension, so close to Source. We could go back into the light at any time, but we choose to stay in the 12th dimension and use channels to work throughout the different dimensions and worlds, urging all souls on the evolutionary path back to oneness. For our journey will not be complete until the journey of all is complete. We realize this may be a complex topic for some. It's okay to not understand everything at this moment, for there is still much to be learned. But we encourage you to allow these words to wash over you, to slowly absorb into your knowing